Hey, hello, welcome back, guys. Court 1 Denmark versus Japan, and Court 2 match finished now. Japan versus China. China won that match by last two set. Oh wow, 21-17 and 21-17 in the second set and third set. The Japan won the first set. So anyway, Denmark versus Japan. First set won by Japan. Second set leading by Denmark. Next match on Court 2 is China versus Indonesia. That will be a tough match. So waiting for the match to start. China versus Indonesia is the next match on Court 2. We are waiting for the match to start. Here we can see that Denmark versus Japan. First set was won by Japan with a lead of 5 points. 21-16 were the point. Now Denmark leading by 2 points. 13-11 is the current point. 13-11. 13-11 is 13-12 now. Scores are 13-12. Only 1 point lead for Denmark. Only 1 point lead for Denmark. And Court 2 men's doubles, China versus Indonesia. Fajar Alfian and Mohammad Rian Ardiando playing for Indonesia. Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang playing for China. The match will start within some minutes. Players are getting ready. Hello, bro. So the match will start within some minutes. China versus Indonesia. Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang playing for Indonesia. Wang Chang playing for China. Alfian Fajar and Mohammad Rian Ardiando playing for Indonesia. On court 1 here we can see that Denmark versus Japan. First set was won by Japan with a lead of 5 points. In the second set it's Denmark leading by 2 points. 14-12 is the current score. Still we are waiting for the match to start in court 2. It will be a tough and tight match between China and Indonesia. Now we are watching men's doubles quarterfinals. Not qualifiers, it's quarterfinals. So still we are waiting for the match to start. Denmark versus Japan. 15-12 is the current score. 3-point lead for Denmark against Japan. 3-point lead for Denmark against Japan. Everyone is eagerly waiting for the match to start in court 2. China versus Indonesia. Denmark versus Japan 16-12 is a score 4-point lead for Denmark. 4-point lead for Denmark. I think it will go for the third set. Denmark took a lead of 6 points in the second set. What a match. Now they made that to 7. 19-12 is the score. 7-point lead for Denmark against Japan. What a great lead that they have now. 19-12. And Denmark scored 7 consecutive points against Japan. They won that set by 9 points, 21-12 were the score, waiting for the third set to start. On court 2 here we can see that it's China versus Indonesia. The match is yet to start. Still we are waiting for the match to start. So the court 2 match started. China versus Indonesia. First 2 points for China. China took a lead of 2 points. 3-2 is the current score. Only 1 point lead now. 3-2 is the current score. 3-2 now. Those are 3-2 now. For 2 point lead for China. 4-2 now. 2 point lead for China. For 3, as I already said, it will be a tight and tough match between them. For each now. The scores are for each now. Scores are for each now. Scores are for each now. 5 each. Now it's 5 each. Five each now. Those are 5 each now. 6-5, 1 point lead for Indonesia as I expected. Indonesia trying for a comeback. 6-5, 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 6-5 is the score. 6-5 is the score. For China, Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang playing there. And for Indonesia, Fajar Alvian and Mohammad Rian Ardiando playing there. On court 1, it's Denmark versus Japan. First set, 21-60. Japan won the first set. Second set, Denmark won the second set with the lead of 9 points, 21-12 in the score. Now in the third set, it's 1 each now. Court 2, 7-6 is the score. Indonesia 7, China 6, 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. China versus Indonesia 7 each now. The scores are 7 each. The scores are 7 each now. Eight, 9, 1 point lead for Indonesia now. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 8-7 now. Scores are 8-7. 8 each now. Scores are 8 each now. Scores are 8 each. China 8, Indonesia 8. Eight each now. The scores are 8 each now. 1 point lead for Indonesia again. I already said that it will be a tight match and tough match between them. And as I said, it's happening now. 9-8, 1 point lead for Indonesia. 9-8 is the score. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 9-8 is the score. Court 1, Denmark versus Japan. It's 3 each now. Third set, it's 3 each. Third set, it's 3 each. Four 3, 1 point lead for Denmark. 1 point lead for Denmark. 1 point lead for Denmark. 4-3 is the score. Five 3 now. 2 point lead for Denmark. On court 2, it's then Indonesia versus China. Indonesia took a lead of 3 points. I never expected that. It was a tight match going on between them. And now Indonesia scored some consecutive points. Now the scores are 11-8. Now the scores are 11-8. Now the scores are 11-8. (49) 5-point lead for Indonesia. 5-point lead for Indonesia. Now we're watching two matches, men's singles quarterfinals on court 1, Denmark versus Japan. Andres Anderson playing for Denmark, Kodai Naroga playing for Japan, and it's going on now. The third set is going on now. 6-4 is the current score, 2-point lead for Denmark. And on court 2, here we can see that China versus Indonesia. 14-9 is the score. Indonesia leading by 5 points against China. 14-9 is the score. For Indonesia, Fajar Alfian and Mohammad Rian at the end of playing there. And for China, it's Liang Wei Keng and Wang Chang playing there. And 10-14 now, only 4-point lead for them. Four-point lead for them now. Four-point lead for them. 2-point lead for them now. 14-12. China trying for a comeback. 14-12 is the score. China trying for a comeback. 14-12 is the score. Oh, 14-11. What happened? Again, score changed to 14-11. Court 1, Denmark versus Japan. 7-5, 2-point lead for Denmark. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 11-14 is the score. Already 3-point lead for Indonesia. 3-point lead for Indonesia. On court 1, here we can see that 1 hour 4 minutes till the game started, and it's third set going on now. In the third set, Denmark leading by 2 points. 7-5 is the score. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 14-12 is the score. 2-point lead for Indonesia. Now it's 3-point lead for Indonesia. 15-12 is the score. 15-12 on court 2. (15-13) now. 2-point lead for Indonesia. 15-13 is the score. On court 1, here we can say that Denmark versus Japan. Denmark leading by 3 points. 8-5 is the score. First set won by Japan. In the second set, Denmark won by 9-point lead. In the third set, they are leading by 3 points. On court 2, men's doubles quarterfinals. 13-15 is the score. 2-point lead for Indonesia. 2 points lead for Indonesia. Court 1, Denmark versus Japan. 9-6 is the score. 3-point lead for Denmark. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Court 2, 17-13 is the score. 5-point lead for Indonesia now. 5-point lead for Indonesia now. 18-13 is the score. 5-point lead for Indonesia. 18-13 is the score. Now Indonesia only need 3 points to win this set. 19-13 now. Great domination from Indonesian side. 19-13 now. The scores are 19-13. Now they only need 2 points to win this first set against China. On court 1, it's Denmark versus Japan. 1 hour 7 minutes till the game started. 4-point lead for Denmark in the third set. Court 2, here we can see that already 6-point lead for Indonesia. They only need 2 points to win this set. Now they only now they need 2 points to win this set. No updates after that. Denmark scored another point here. 11-6 is the score. 5-point lead for Denmark against Japan. Court 2, Indonesia versus China. Indonesia now only need 1 point to win this set. Indonesia now only need 1 point to win this set against China. First set is going on between China and Indonesia. Indonesia only need 1 point to win this set. China scored 1 more point here, but Indonesia only need 1 point. Indonesia now only need 1 point to win this set. Indonesia need 1 more point. Court 1, Denmark versus Japan. 6-point lead for Denmark. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 5-point lead for Indonesia. China scored another point here. 16-20 is the score. What's happening here? Now they need 4 more points for an equalizer against Indonesia. Indonesia only need 1 point to finish this set in favor of them. Match is in favor of Indonesia. Yes, Indonesia won the first set. Indonesia won the first set against China. Indonesia won the first set against China. 21-16 is the score. Denmark versus Japan. 8-point lead for Denmark against Japan. 8-point lead for Denmark against Japan. $14-6 is the score. 8-point lead for Denmark. 8-point lead for Denmark. Waiting for the second set to start in court 2. Waiting for the second set to start on court 1. Here we can see that great domination from Denmark. They lost the first set, but they won the second set, and in the third set they are leading by 9 points. 15-6 is the current. What a great comeback. Court 1 Denmark versus Japan. 10-point lead for Denmark. 16-6 is the score. Now they only need 5 points to win this set. And here we can see that in the second set, Indonesia started with a bang. 2-point lead for Indonesia in the second set also. 2-point lead for Indonesia in the second set also. China versus Indonesia. First set won by Indonesia with a lead of 5 points. In the second set, it's 2-1. Denmark versus Japan. 17-6 is the score. Now they only need 3 points to win. What a great domination from Denmark against Japan. 18-6 is the score. Now they only need 3-point lead. Already 12-point lead for Denmark. Court 2, it's 2-1. 1-point lead for Indonesia. 3-1. 2-point lead for Indonesia now. 3-point lead for Indonesia now. (18-6) Denmark versus Japan. 18-6 is the score. 12-point lead for them. Court 2. Great domination from Indonesian side. Already got 4-point lead. Already won the first set with a lead of 5 points. 21-16 were the score. And in court 2, second set, 3-point lead for Indonesia. 6-3 is the current score. On court 1, here we can see that what a great domination from Denmark in the third set. They lost the first set. They won the second set. And in the third set, they are leading by 13 points. 1 hour 16 minutes till the game started. Only 7 points that Kodai Naroga scored in the third set. 2017 is the score. Already 13-point lead for Denmark, and 14-point lead. They won that set and they won that match. What a great match that we have watched here in court 1, Denmark versus Japan. Andres Andersen, you beauty. Now we watched men's singles on court 1. 21-7 where the score. 14-point lead for Denmark in the last set. Court 2, here we can see that it's a tight match going on between China and Indonesia. First set won by Indonesia with a lead of 5 points. In the second set, they are leading by 2 points. 7-5 is the current score. 7-5 is the current score. Just 22 minutes till the game started, and it's going on now. 8-5, 3-point lead for Indonesia. Eight-5 is the score. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Indonesia versus China. 8-5 is the score. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 9-6 is the score. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Nine six is the score. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Now 9-7. China 7. Indonesia 9. China 7. Indonesia 9. 2-point lead for Indonesia. Still they got 2-point lead here. There are 4 more matches left in court 1. And there are 5 more matches left in court 2. Eleven 7, 4-point lead for them. 4-point lead for them now. 4-point lead for them now. Eleven 8, 3-point lead for Indonesia. 11-8 is the score. 3-point lead for Indonesia. Eleven 10 now. Scores are 11-10. China trying for a comeback. China trying for a comeback. China trying for a comeback. 10-11, only 1-point lead for Indonesia. And 11 each now. The scores are 11 each now. Scores are 11 each now. The scores are 11 each now. 12-11, 1-point lead for Indonesia now. Now Indonesia got 1-point lead here. Now Indonesia got 1 point lead here. On court 1, it's Japan versus India. Tanisha Krasto and Ashwini Ponnappa playing for India. Women's doubles quarterfinals. Rin Iwanaga and Kei Nakanishi playing for Japan. Match is yet to start. Women's doubles quarterfinals on court 1 and men's doubles quarterfinals on court 2. 12 each on second set. 12 each on second set. Thirteen 12, 1 point lead for China now. China took a lead of 1 point. 13-12 is the score. 13 each now. 13 each now. The scores are 13 each now. The scores are 13 each. Fourteen 13, 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. (13-14) is the score. Court 1, Japan versus India. Women's doubles quarterfinals match will start within some minutes. For India, Tanisha Kraso and Ashwini Ponnappa playing there. And for Japan, Rin Iwanaga and Kei Nakanishi playing there. Japan versus India women's doubles quarterfinals on court 1. Court 2, China versus Indonesia men's doubles quarterfinals. Now have second set going on now. 15-14, 1 point lead for Indonesia. It's a tight set. First set was won by Indonesia with a lead of 5 points. In the second set, Indonesia leading by 1 point. 15-14 is the score. Court 2 for China, Liang Wei Keng and Wang Chang playing there. And for Indonesia, Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Ardianto playing there. 15 each. It's 15 each now. The scores are 15 each now. The scores are 15 each now. (17-16) 1 point lead for Indonesia. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 17-16 is the score. On court 1 women's doubles. Japan took the first point against Indonesia. Japan scored the first point against Indonesia. (17-18) is the score. China took a lead of 1 point. Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. What a great comeback from Chinese side. I never expected this. We'll go for third set, I think. 18-7 is the score. One point lead for China. 19-17, 2 point lead for China. China only need 2 more points to win this set. They need to win this set because already first set was won by Indonesia. If they can win this set, it will go for the third set. Otherwise, they will lose this match. Court 1, Japan versus India. 4-1 is the score. 3-point lead for Japan against India. Court 2, 1 more point for China. They only need 1 point to win this set. Now they only need 1 point to win this set. Indonesia struggling a little bit to score some points against China. Now China only need 1 point to win this set. And China won the second set. There will be a third set in this match. Wow, what a great comeback from China side. There were the scores. The scores were Indonesia 17, China 15, and now they scored 6 consecutive points against Indonesia at that time, and now they won that second set. Waiting for the third set to start. Yeah, we are waiting for the third set to start. Court 1, Japan versus India. 3-point lead for Japan. 5-2 is the score. 5-2 is the score. Third set is going to start within some minutes. On court 1, women's doubles quarterfinals, Japan versus India. In the first set, it's Japan leading by 3 points. 6-3 is the current score. Court 2, third set is yet to start. First point for China in the third set. First point for China in the third set. 1-0 is the score. 1-0 is the score. Zero is the score. First set won by Indonesia. Second set won by China. Third set leading by China. 1-0 is the score. 2-0, 2 consecutive points for China in the third set. Indonesia didn't score any points in the third set. 2-0 is the score. 2-0 is the score now. 2-0 is the score now. 2-1 now. 1 point lead for China. 1 point lead for China. Scores are 2-1. Two one is the score. 1 point lead for China. 2-1 is the score. 1 point lead for China. 3-1 now. 2 point lead for China. 3-1 now. 2 point lead for China. 3-1 is the score. 2 point lead for China. Four one now. 3 point lead for China. What a great comeback from China. They lost the first set. In the second set, they scored six consecutive points and they finished that set with a bang. And the third set, they are losing by 3 points. 4-1 is the current score. 38 minutes till the game started. China on a great deal. China with a great lead. 4-2. Don't know what's going to happen here. Indonesia trying for a comeback. 4-2 is the current score. 4-2 is the current score. 4-2 is the current score. 5-2 now. 3 point lead for China. 3 point lead for China. 5-2 is the score now. 3 point lead for China. Six two, China 6, Indonesia 2. China 6, Indonesia 2. 6-2 is the score. 6-2 is the score. 4 point lead for China. 4 point lead for China. Six three, 3 point lead for China now. 6-3 is the score. 6-3 is the score. China 6, Indonesia 3. I think Indonesia lost the momentum. They need to regain it. Court 1, Japan versus India. Japan versus India match is going on Court 1. It's women's doubles quarterfinals. Japan 11, India 7. 4 point lead for Japan. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 6-4 is the current point. 2 point lead for China. 2 point lead for China. No updates after that. Seven 4, 3 point lead for China now. And we can see that on court 1, Japan took a lead of 5 points against India. 12-7 is the current score. Court 2, India versus Indonesia. 7-4 is the current score. 3 point lead for Indonesia. Sorry, 3 point lead for China. 3 point lead for China. 8-4, China versus Indonesia. Eight 4 is the score. 8-5 now. 1 point scored by Indonesia now. 8-5 is the score. Eight 5 is the score. China versus Indonesia. 8-6 is the score. 2-point lead for China. 8-6 is the score now. 2-point lead for China. Eight six now. 2-point lead for China. 9-6. China 9. Indonesia 6. 9-6 now. 3-point lead for China. 9-6 is the score. Ten six, 4-point lead for China. 4-point lead for China. 10-6 is the current point. 4-point lead for China. Four-point lead for China. 10-6 is the current point. 11-6 now. 5-point lead for China now. 5-point lead for China. 11-6 is the current point. 11-6. 5-point lead for China against Indonesia. 11-6 is the current point. For 2, China versus Indonesia. 11-6 currently. 5-point lead that they got. Indonesia got 5. Sorry, China got 5-point lead against Indonesia. That's the thing. If Indonesia need to come back. They won the first set. Second set, they struggled to score at the last time, and now they are struggling to score at the starting stage of this game. And on court 1, here we can see that India trying for a comeback against Japan. 14-11 is the score. 3-point lead only for Japan. They're trying for a comeback. Tanisha Krastova and Ashwini Ponnappa playing for India, and Rin Iwanaga and Kei Nakanishi playing for Japan. Court 2, another point for China. 12-6 is the score. 6-point lead for them. 6-point lead for them. (13-6) another point for China. 13-6. 7-point lead for China. And Indonesia scored another point here. 7-13. 6-point lead for China. Court 2, China versus Indonesia. 13-8 is the score. 5-point lead for China. Five-point lead for China. 13-8 is the score. 5-point lead for China. 13-8 is the score. 14-8 now. China 14. Indonesia 8. 6-point lead for China. Now. 5-point lead for China. 14-9. 5-point lead for China. Indonesia trying for a comeback. We can see that on court 1, Japan versus India. First set going on between them. Already they got 4-point lead. Japan got 4-point lead. India, now they got 17 total. Now they got 5-point lead there. And on court 2, here we can see that Indonesia trying for a comeback. 14-10 is the current score. 4-point lead for China. 4-point lead for China. (14-11). Here we can we witness a comeback from? Can we see a comeback from Indonesia? 11-14. China were leading by 6 points. Now they got only 3-point lead. 12-14. What a great comeback. from Indonesian side. Now they need 2 more points for an equalizer. Now they need 2 more points for an equalizer. Let's wait and see what they can do here. Now Indonesia need 2 points for an equalizer. No, China scored on the point here. 15-12 is current score. 3-point lead for China. Sixteen 12, 4-point lead for China now. Seventeen 12, 5-point lead for China. Seventeen 13, China Indonesia. 17-13 is the score. 4-point lead for China. China now only need 4 more points to win this set. Sorry, win this match. China now only need 4 points to win this match against Indonesia. Indonesia need 4 points for an equalizer. Now they only need 3 points for an equalizer. 14-17 is the current score. 14-17. 14-17. They now need 40. They now need 3 points to 3 points for an equalizer. 14-17 is the current score. And here we can see that on court 1 women's doubles quarterfinals, Japan now only need 1 point to win this set. 20-15 is the score. Already they got 5-point lead here. Japan only need 1 point to win this set. Go to 17-14. 18-14 now. China need 1 more point. Sorry, China need 3 more points. China need 3 points. China need 3 points. China. Indonesia need 3 more points for an equalizer. 18-15 is the score. Indonesia trying harder and harder to take a lead here. Court 1, first set won by Japan with the lead of 6 points. 21-15 were the score. And court 2, 19-15 is the score. 4-point lead for China. China only need 2 more points to win this match. China now only need 2 more points to win this match. China now only need 2 more points to win this match. Let's wait and see what they can do here. Indonesia scored another point here, 16-19. It's a crucial match for Indonesia and China because the quarterfinals are going on now. 3-point lead that China got here against Indonesia. 19-16 is the current score. (19-16) is the current score. China need 2 points to win this match. Indonesia need 5 points to win this match. Who will win? Who will lose? Let's wait and see. Here we can see that China on game point. 20 points that they scored against Indonesia. 4-point lead for them. They only need 1 more point to win this match. China only need 1 point to win this match. It's a crucial match between Indonesia and China. China now only need 1 point to win this match against Indonesia. They already got 4-point lead here. No. Indonesia scored another point here. 17-20 is the score. Indonesia scored another point here. 17-20 is the score. Now they need 3 points for an equalizer. China only need 1 point to win this match. China only need 1 point to win this match. Indonesia trying for a comeback. 18-20. Only 2-point lead for China now. China need to score 1 point to finish this match, to win this match. But Indonesia trying for a comeback at the last stage of this game. Court 1, here we can see that India scored the first point in the second set. It's 1 each now. And at last China won the third set also. 16-21 in the first set, 21-17 in the second set, 21-18 in the third set. What a great match between Indonesia and China. Men's doubles quarterfinals. China won the match against Indonesia. It was gone for 3 sets. First set won by Indonesia, 21-16 were the score. Second set won by China, 21-17 were the score. And third set won by China, 21-18 were the score. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.